Hey everybody, welcome to I Can Fix Your Movie.
Hello.
Now, this film, I'm going to tell you now.
We've been waiting to do this for a while.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's got
or
a lot
maybe
of truth
avoiding doing this.
Honestly, it's been on the list for, it was probably day 2. And we've been doing this for a year.
When we made the list,
When we made the list,
on the list
it was,
sure.
I think, the second one. We kept going, how about this one this week? No,
I just
I can't bring myself to do it.
I can't do it this week.
But the thing is, it kind of, over time, kind of grew into a cult movie. It really has. But much like, Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was never a great movie, which I'm sure people will be like, how dare you? But it's not a good movie.
Right.
It just became an event, and, it grew from there. Well, this movie kind of had its own...
Sure.
Thing.
I mean, there are movies that become cult classics because people realize they're great over time.
Sure. I mean, Shawshank Redemption is a perfect example of that. That film bombed. It did not do well. It's incredible.
It's incredible. Galaxy Quest. There's so many. But then there's other things, other movies that become cult classics because they're so ridiculous that... over time, people are like, I can't believe this was made. Yeah. Or I can't believe they did this in this film. And it becomes like a cult.
A thing.
Like, I have to watch this because it's so terrible.
Right.
And
choices were made.
Yeah.
Yeah, choices were made.
This is definitely one of those.
Yeah. And look, I like Kevin. I think he's a great guy. I think he's got a huge success.
Sure.
His success in the industry is just... I mean,
fact that
not unmatched. I mean, people have matched it, but it's an amazing career.
Right. I mean, the fact that
he's still going.
That he's still a leading man.
Yeah.
Is incredible. I mean, we grew up in the, I would say,
in the
80s,
Robin Hood
90s,
times. Yeah.
And he was,
all of it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you, if you're young, and you really haven't watched any Kevin Costner things, do not start with this one.
No.
You will always...
Don't even start with Robin Hood. Don't start with that.
No. You will all...
Or Postman.
Dances with
Wolves
is where you start. But don't start with this, because then when you watch his good stuff, you'll always be like, but he was the guy with gills.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to get it out of your head.
Yeah.
So don't...
That's a problem.
If you haven't watched Kevin Costner, do not watch this movie.
Don't begin here. Yeah. So you probably already guessed, we're not doing Postman. That's actually, later down the line, which it is on the list. Sorry, Kevin. But Waterworld.
Yep.
Episode 34, Waterworld.
You tried to be enthusiastic.
This film was just totally smashed when it came out. People immediately were like, rah, 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 rah. And the thing is, it has some really cool things in it, and I think the premise was, a little preachy to start, because it's like, how did it cover everything? Okay, we're just supposed to assume that all the water could cover literally everything, and so far, like, it would be 3 miles above the tallest skyscraper. Sure, okay, but just so we're clear, even if water were to melt, there'd still be a thing that we have on this planet called mountains that would be all over the place.
Right. Yeah. If the polar ice caps melted, it wouldn't put a mile of water on top of the
tallest cities
piece of land.
That we got. The water multiplies. It just
Mount Everest is what?
It's
5 miles.
Yeah, it's tall.
I mean,
yeah. So anyway,
couldn't do it.
Waterworld started with some interesting ideas, and I thought it had a really interesting idea, because what happened was we grew up in this time when it was like, oh, Mad Max, and it's post-apocalyptic.
Sure.
So they were like, okay, instead of post-apocalyptic in the desert. with the Thunderdome, and going that direction, and Mel, let's go with Kevin in the water.
In the water.
Because he's Mel and Kevin were at each other. They were the two guys that were like, do we got Leo or do we got Brad Pitt? You know what I mean? It's like these two guys, they were like, who do we choose? And so this was his chance to do the post-apocalyptic thing, and it's all wet is what it was. It did not work.
Yes, I mean, I have so many hot takes. take missteps that I just want to dive into. Did you get it? Dive?
That hurt me a little.
Anyway, but let's get to the summary so that we can just kind of start picking this thing apart.
Okay, so, but again, like, I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it.
Oh, I hated it.
I didn't hate it.
Absolutely.
There's a lot to hate, but there's a lot.
I
thought there was a lot of fun stuff that was fun.
Film. Okay.
All right. Here it is. In Waterworld, the polar ice caps have melted. Oh no. Leaving the Earth almost entirely submerged beneath the vast ocean. Yep. Right? Humanity survives scattered floating islands called, what were they called? Atolls?
Yeah, atolls.
I've never heard that word in my life before.
Really?
This film. No, I did not. I was just like, a what? Okay.
Interesting.
It's little floating island is what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of little man-made cities on the water. And cities probably going too far.
No,
it's like a little
town.
Gathering of people
boats
on the water.
Yeah. And see what they're doing is they're trading scraps but they've got all these weird myths and things like that. They're talking about the place cleverly called Dryland. This
mythical place.
They didn't want you to miss the analogy here.
Called Dryland, which isn't so mythical because they know it exists because their currency, their most valuable currency, is dirt. So they know dirt comes from somewhere. They've just never found Dryland.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, and there's a thing with that too that, like, what's interesting to me is, like, no one in this world, invented a scoop that went down far enough to scoop up some mud, bring it back up, and then they've got unlimited resources of dirt. No, nobody did that. No. I'm just saying it's such an odd thing to make dirt their currency.
Again, this is missteps that
we're not in the summaries.
I want to dive into.
Okay, sorry. I'll keep going. Okay. So anyway, there's a mysterious drifter. I'll do it in my announcer voice.
No.
A mysterious drifter known as the Mariner.
Yeah, we never know his name.
It's the Mariner. That's what it is. He's part human and part part evolved mutant. And he sails the open water alone, avoiding any connection to anybody, so he doesn't have to depend on anybody, but no one trusts him, but no one needs him. And that's the way he likes it, by God.
Yeah.
And he reluctantly rescues this woman named Helen and this young girl who we think is Helen's daughter, but turns out that's not her daughter at all. Her name's Enola. And he gets entangled in this bigger conflict because basically what's happened is there's these bad guys known as smokers.
There's no government on this.
No, not really.
In this Waterworld, by the way.
Within the town, it's like, I'm the police and you're the mayor
but every
and
man
elder.
For himself, basically.
It's
just bandits and.
What do you want on Waterworld?
Other people.
What do you
trying
want?
To survive.
So basically, the smokers, and they're called that not because they love the cigarettes. Oh no.
Oh, but they do.
That is true. They do, but they use like gasoline engines instead of sails to navigate Waterworld. And you would think, even in a tanker, because they show later that they have the XL Valdez. Oh man,
they found a tanker that still had oil in it, and they've been
using it for hundreds of years apparently.
Yeah.
And they're not run out, and I don't know how that happens, but sure, let's go with it. Anyway, because maybe it's possible. Maybe I totally misunderstood how that all works, but whatever. So anyway, these smokers, right, are kind of like this violent, they're almost like pirates, sort of. And they're led by this kind of unhinged dude named Deacon. And they're hunting for Enola. And they don't know who it is, but word has gotten out that this little girl has a map on her back that will lead them to Dryland.
Tattooed on her
back. And basically, the Mariner and Helen are trying to protect her, and kind of.
Helen's trying to protect her.
Yeah, and the Mariner is just
the Mariner's trying to throw her overboard for most of the film.
He threw her over several times, yeah.
He doesn't want her around.
Yeah. It's so strange. What a hero. So anyway, he at one point he teaches her how to swim because she didn't know how to swim. I don't know how that happened, but she doesn't know how to swim, and he teaches her, and then all of a sudden they're buddies. So then they figure out, they're like, oh, we've got to, this is how the map is supposed to work, and blah, blah, blah. But the little girl does get captured by the smokers, and the mariner is like, oh, I've got to go get her because we swam together.
Because she's my friend now.
She's my friend now. And whenever I set my mariner mind to something, that's what it's going to be.
Yes.
And so he goes and he one-man army totally destroys literally this entire tanker full of the bad guy smokers and blows them all up.
Yep.
And then he jumps ship, and then he gets away because there's another guy that's at this island. This kind of a weird, almost he's not a scientist. He's like a weird inventor because he keeps going, I'm not smart. I don't know what I'm doing. But he's a really sweet guy. And he's somehow invented a little hot air balloon. And they get away in the hot air balloon, and of course the little girl does get knocked off the boat and falls to the water, and she doesn't die, oddly enough.
No.
She doesn't die, but the mariner rescues her via bungee jump. Bungee hose jump. To one of the more laughable action moments in the film.
More laughable moments in cinema history.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So he saves the girl, and the bad guys are all basically gone, and they find the right path to go to because they decipher the code on the back, the tattoo, and they get to dry land where apparently the girl was originally from.
Yeah, at one point in the film, Helen mentions that there was dirt in the basket that they found Helen in. So apparently Helen was put out to sea.
Yeah.
She drifted to this atoll. Helen rescued her, and
because I guess her parents just died.
Her parents were dying.
And
so maybe dry land isn't as
awesome.
Fruitful as
I
guess
the parents were dying, and so Kal-El's parents they put her in a basket and sent her off with a map for other people to find come back. I guess that's what happened. So anyway, that's kind of where the movie happens. And then once they get to dry land, of course the mariner, they're like, there's lush green everywhere, and they're like, whoa, this is amazing. And then the mariner's like, the ocean's calling me. I gotta go. So he gets in a boat. Probably, I think the only boat they had. And he gets in the boat, and he takes off, and they look at him, and they're like, wow, what a guy.
He's like, I gotta go live on the... Because we said he was a mutant.
He is a mutant.
We didn't really talk about his mutations. He has gills.
He has webbed toes. And he can breathe underwater, and there you go.
Basically, can breathe underwater. So
he's meant to live.
He's a creature of the sea.
He's meant to live on the sea. That's right.
Not in the sea, but on a boat on the sea.
Well, yeah,
apparently.
Whatever.
Anyway, I'm so ready to tell you the issues that I had with this film.
Well, here's the thing. Let's talk about what we liked first. Okay. I like the idea is bold. I think it's original.
I like the idea.
I like the visual. Because visually, basically shooting this whole thing on water was a huge task.
I mean, I guess production-wise, yes, there was a lot happening, and I mean, it really was an epic scale production-wise. So I can appreciate all of the hard work.
Sure.
And all of the production that went into it.
Yeah, and the survival versus hope kind of mentality with this, it worked for me. And I also really enjoyed the performance of little Mr. Inventor Man. And I don't have his name in front of me, but he's been in, he was in Green Mile. He's been in tons of films. He's super, super talented dude.
Yeah.
And I loved his stuff. I thought he was really, really good.
He did. He had a great performance. I would say none of them necessarily acted bad, like were
badly.
bad actors. No. It's just they were acting out a story that was not a great story.
It wasn't constructed well. Yeah. All right. Anything you want to say good about before we rip it limb from limb?
That's about it.
Okay. Wow. All right. Hot take misstep. I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
First of all,
right.
We don't know exactly how long the Earth has been covered by water. They mention hundreds of years, but they look like, this group of people looks like it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
They are dressed and living on trash.
Yeah.
Their clothes are made of trash. There's been no innovation. There's been no, like you were talking about, like, why didn't they just create something that would, go down to the bottom of the sea,
scoop up
dirt or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. It's like they didn't innovate anything. Every single thing, everything in the film that they used was stuff they had found from
the previous
civilization.
They wanted to have like this idea of like things have mutated because like he's mutated and also the fish whenever he goes to do is this monster crazy fish that he kills, and that must have mutated. But like you can't get that in a couple hundred years, but you also, you know what I mean, like
right. It maybe thousands, more likely millions of years for him to mutate to a point where he has gills and things like that, but yet nothing has happened on the planet at all.
Yeah.
It's almost like, humans suddenly became incapable when the polar ice caps melted, incapable of innovating anything. Obviously they create these little, towns or whatever, but they're not, they haven't made anything. Everything they have, is scraps from the former civilization.
Yeah. And it's hard to believe that like nothing floated up.
Nothing. Well, maybe the stuff that they're using, but it's crazy to me. And like you talked about the tankard. Okay, so this whole villainous group,
the smokers,
the smokers, they all live in one singular on the entire planet. Okay, one singular tankard that they found, and they have been using this oil that was in it to refine and use for gasoline for their little jet skis, and there was a plane they were flying, and a plane that
don't forget the tractor pulls that they also mentioned, because they mentioned cancel the tractor pulls.
They had cars. What? They had a car on this tanker that they would drive around, and there were like
how did a car get on that?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. So we know some stuff, I guess, floated up or whatever. But they haven't created anything. So that's okay. So that's my number one misstep.
Right. Sure.
Has it been 20 years or has it been 2 million years?
The movie feels...
How long has it been?
It does feel bloated and uneven. I get that. I think it's an interesting concept, but the pacing was weird. The character depth was wrong. The tone was weird.
Well, and okay, my next misstep is that they're all... It's like they took Mad Max people and just plopped them on the water.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing like...
Yeah, they were dirty.
But they weren't. They were all filthy, first of all. I'm like,
how could you be filthy in
a world of water? Apparently, when you go underwater, you come up just as dirty as you went in. Because they're all filthy, and the smokers especially had like black soot on their faces, but they were in the water constantly.
Yeah.
But they're all wearing like, I don't know, like leather and
cows float, y'all.
They're wearing like long pants and all these layers and vests and jewelry and all this stuff, and I'm like, what are we like?
They would all been in a couple hundred years. They'd all been in Speedos and in great shape, swimming all the time.
They would have all
had awesome tans.
They would have been in like barely their clothing, and they would have all been clean. It just didn't make any sense to me, this world of like, I'm gonna wear 14 layers of trash on my body. to go out onto the ocean and fight bad guys. It didn't make any sense what they were wearing. The whole apocalyptic thing was, it's just, like I said, it's like they copy and pasted Mad Max people on the water.
Right. Well, it leaned hard into spectacle without developing any real journey that they were doing, and that to me was a huge one. And we got to get to the fixes because we are not going to get there if we could just stay in hot take missteps.
We could.
We got to roll. Here's another one that's interesting to me. See, he's talking to this girl Helen, and Helen is just like, I don't understand how you got all this stuff. How? And he's like, well, I'll show you. You want to see dry land? And of course, it's a stupid decision because they just escaped these smokers.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I'm going to dive down to the city below, and I'll show you what really happened is that the ice caps melted, but the city is below us. It's been below us this whole time. Why you would basically stop after you've been chased by these smokers, and let me just do this thing. Because as soon as they come up, they'd been basically boarded and captured.
Yeah. Well, and they leave Enola on the boat.
And they should have gone down. They've been going for days without, if they wanted to do that. But my biggest issue here is he has gills. He can go down and do whatever he wants. He can swim all the way down without getting crushed from the pressure. Okay, which is a thing. You can't go down that far without getting crushed by pressure. Okay? They were a long way down.
A mile down at least.
And
maybe
no
further.
issue at all, like they were in a swimming pool. But the thing is, he has this little bubble. He has this weird bubble thing that she gets in.
That he created.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, well, lucky you've got this diving bubble. Should you ever need it? Should you ever have a guest that wants to go down and see?
Because he doesn't need it.
Why would he make that?
And he didn't make it there on the spot. Like he
had that.
It was ready to go.
Now, if he'd been with somebody else, I'll give you a fix. If he had been with somebody else, like somebody that he loved, and she died on the ocean and was killed, and that made him all angry and grudgy, and she went down all the time, then fine. It would have explained a lot and made it a lot more interesting.
Right?
That would have fixed a lot of stuff.
That would have fixed
so many things of why he was angry and...
Yeah, it wouldn't have made him likable, but it would have at least explained
it would have helped.
He was so dislikable.
Right. There you go. You're welcome, guys. 20, 30 years, 40 years later, whatever it was. It was a long time ago this film came out. Because here's the thing. This film, it was expensive, but it was misplaced because there were so many plot holes. One studio executive was like, famously, now I don't know if this is just myth or this is truth, but he actually had said, supposedly, this film was like throwing diamonds into the ocean because it was so expensive, so over budget, so just filled with stuff that, it kind of felt like that. And I now seeing it, I'm like, yeah, I can see how that kind of was a waste. So let's jump in and fix some of the stuff. I think we've already fixed a ton.
We've already fixed, we've already offered up a couple
things. Let's get down into it and try to make this a little bit better. In Act 1, the world is confusing.
Yeah.
The Waterworld is confusing. It's not immersive, though. The film throws this kind of water-covered world, and it doesn't explain how the society works or functions at all. What the people actually value. They talk about chits, and they talk about dirt and all that, and we're like, okay, I guess. We have no idea how valuable things really are.
Right, we just have to guess.
And they're talking about shells, like, oh, that's amazing. Okay, I guess. But the world isn't very immersive where, like, you want to understand it.
No.
At all. So, for a fix, of course, you've got to ground this world earlier. I think you either start in the atoll. I used it.
Yeah,
there.
Good.
You either start there and then the mariner comes in and is like, who is this guy? And you start with the kid and Helen. Or if you start with Mariner, number one, the first scene can't be him going to the bathroom in a jar, filtering it, and then drinking it. if you got a filter system, my brother, there's a lot of water around you.
Filter the seawater.
What's wrong with you?
Don't filter your pee.
Gross.
It just
it's
again,
just so dumb.
Another misstep. It just what?
Yeah, why would you do that? Yeah. So anyway, that's what you do. You either start there, or when the mariner, if you start with the mariner, you get him there, then he needs to stay there for a little bit, and we see, what the system is like, and we kind of get a better idea for the world. Okay?
Yes.
Because then the audience understands what's at stake, and then when the smokers attack, we feel the loss a little bit more than like, you know what I mean? Because we get there and we don't really care about. I mean, the film immediately was like distrusting of this guy and ready to kill him. We're like, well, you guys are pretty awful. He just showed up, tried to trade, tried to leave.
Yeah.
Didn't want to hurt you. Didn't want to do anything. Kill him. What? Why?
Well, that's one of the main problems of this whole film is there is not a single person that's likable other than like the guy that takes off in the hot air balloon on accident. Right. Nobody else is likable in the whole film, and it's
Helen's not that bad.
Okay. Anyway,
okay, I guess she's not likable.
She's not at a point where you're pulling for her. You're exactly right. They never get us invested in anything person.
Right.
We're supposed to be invested in the mariner, but he is so abusively
we'll get there.
Mean.
Girl, we'll get there.
That it's hard to pull for him.
Yeah. So if we did that, I think that would be a good fix for the world. That'll make it a little bit better. Next, and this is where we go. The mariner is very cold and just hard to connect with. You're right. He starts off as distant and unlikable, and then he finishes as distant and unlikable.
Well, he starts kind of intriguing, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, he's resourceful.
Yeah.
And, this guy stole from him, and he immediately, took revenge on this guy. And you're kind of like, okay, I see. He's going to be our hero. I get it. And then he gets to this atoll, and he's still a little bit standoffish, but you're okay with it because the people there are just disgusting and mean and mistrusting and blah, 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 and they want to kill him for no reason. And then when he actually leaves, he saves the girl, saves the little girl, saves the woman. You're like, okay.
You're going to see what he's really like.
Hero.
And he just starts smacking him around and
he's
weird.
Immediately, once they're away from that, he starts abusing the girl and this woman.
Yeah.
Abusing them.
Yeah.
And it's shocking because they have set him up as a hero until this point. And then all of a sudden he's like, well, we need to just throw the little girl over because she needs to just die right away. We don't have enough water for her in Waterworld. And so...
Yeah, don't worry about that filter or that you can filter out water.
Every time they touch something or say something, he smacks them.
Yeah,
he pushes them down. He's so mean to them. And it's just it's almost shocking.
Right. And so I think for a fix, you got to keep him hardened, right? But you got to show glimpses of his humanity much earlier. Like he saves Enola, not maybe out of kindness, but out of instinct, right? Because he's got to be a hero.
Yeah.
And we've got to see him as hero. And then these little moments start coming out of how he is like he is and why. And that's an interesting story, right?
Yes.
We hint to something that he's capable of and we see what he used to be. I think that's more intriguing. I think that's an interesting idea. And he has then a character arc.
Agreed.
Instead of just I'm just this grizzled old mean sea goer.
Yeah.
And I'm just mad at everything.
Right. For reasons unknown.
Right. Next, the mutation concept is just super underexplored, man. We've got this guy, and he's evolved somehow, because science.
Yeah, no explanation of that
either. And, he's evolved, and he can survive underwater, and it barely does anything with it at all. It just, people seem like super, they're like, he's a mutant. Well, is that, and then they keep saying things like this. You don't even have a kind. You're not even a human. But then they know about mutants. So is it a thing?
Yeah, they seem to be aware of mutants, but then they keep telling him, like, there's nobody else like you. You're all on your own.
Yeah.
And then they decide immediately they want to kill him rather than, I don't know, using him for his skills.
They'd be like, dude, he's a mutant. He can go underwater. Oh my gosh.
He could go all the way to the bottom of the ocean.
And he could start like.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even think of that.
No, at all. And so that's the fix, man. I think you've got to lean into it a little bit and show how society either fears and rejects him or is super like excited. Like the atoll, I think, should be like, wow, this guy's great and blah, blah, blah. And then when the smokers attack, they're like, they treat him horribly and try to, kill him and whatever.
Yes.
I think that's something to explore, right?
Yeah,
because his abilities are both a strength and, it's a curse and a strength as well. And it does make him isolated. And then you can explore how, even around all these people who actually do care about him, he's isolated and he's different, right?
He is, but I mean, there would have been nothing wrong with showing him saving, being a hero at the atoll, saving people from the smokers. I mean, eventually he's forced to leave because they're overrun or whatever. But he still saves the girl and the woman.
Right.
But they didn't.
And that could have shown and he's like, we've got to abandon this thing. And they all, that would have been so cool if you see the atoll from above and then ships launch out in different directions. And the smokers are having to decide who to chase down. And that'd have been cool, man.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah. Next, the smokers. Oh, back to these guys. They're supposed to be bad dudes and they're just cartoonish.
They are cartoon.
Now, look,
characters.
I know Deacon, he's super entertaining. And he is a master actor. He's incredible. He was great in Speed. He was great in that. And he's a great actor. He's a great actor.
He's a great bad guy.
Yeah.
But they didn't write any kind of motivation.
No, it kept telling jokes constantly.
And then the way they would die was so comedic and ridiculous. Yeah. And they were like buffoons.
Well, whenever the bad guys come on and they're like comic relief, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a bad sign. So for a fix, I think you make them desperate and you've got to make them bad. I mean, the thing that Mad Max had going for it is I was afraid of those dudes. Seriously afraid of those dudes. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I'm thinking about all of that whole genre and the dude with a flame guitar coming after him, chasing him down, I'm like, dude, you better go. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
And these guys seem like, cartoon, with an anvil and
Exactly. I mean, eccentric is one thing.
The Coyote and Roadrunner kind of thing.
But this was
idiots.
Yeah, this was kind of over the top cartoonish.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really fit.
It
just you've got a hero that's horrible and you've got a villain that's silly. And it just didn't work.
And if you've got them kind of clinging to again, if you're making them desperate, they know the last bit of oil is it's coming down to the last bit of it, and they're holding on to that old world technology, and they're like, dry land is their only chance of survival, so they have to get there. Not they want to get there.
Right.
They're like, we got to get there, or else our whole culture is done. We're dead.
Right. And maybe make it. I mean, obviously their motivation was to get the map on the girl. That's why they were trying to get the girl.
Right.
But the fact that they're just going through killing everybody, what is the point of that? Wouldn't you need to take people with you to this land to help work the land and survive and procreate even? They just want to kill everybody.
Right. Next, the journey overall just didn't have a whole lot of direction. I mean, the middle of the film was just like, what are we doing? Are we just hanging out in the ocean?
Yep.
Fishing? Learn how to swim?
Being mean to girls. That's it was just like, let's just watch him be abusive.
It was just a series of disconnected encounters rather than this focused progression toward the goal of getting to dry land. Right?
Yep.
So for a fix, man, you've got to turn this to a quest. He has to understand what dry land is and why they have to get there. And not just a couple of them, the whole. Again, if he had connected to the atoll at the beginning, he wants to get all of them. there, right?
Yes.
How much better would that have been?
Exactly.
Right. He got this clear quest, and he's like, all right, you guys are going to go right here. We're going to try to draw them off, these smokers off over here. We're going to try to find the land. We're going to get there together. We're going to do this. But each stop along the journey should reveal kind of a clue about, how to decipher dry land and where to. And he's like, I think it would be kind of cool if he's like diving down and getting clues from below and coming back up. And there could have been some really cool things that happened.
So interesting. That would have been so creative.
Yeah.
And maybe even offering the smokers like, hey, why can't we all go?
At some point, yeah.
I mean, like why he's even trying to stop them from going to dry land.
Yeah.
I guess he's just trying to save the girl, but
yeah, I think the thing is the map on her back has to become something that's actively there to be understood, not just a plot device, right?
Right.
And that's only discovered when you accidentally flip the kid upside down, and go, oh, we've been reading it upside down. That's why. We go in the wrong direction.
The solution was, just
so lame,
ridiculous. That nobody could figure this out until, they took 5 minutes to actually examine it.
Yeah, the last part in Act 2 here, Helen and Enola, they're just underdeveloped and undervalued. See, they just have no motivations again to Enola should have been like, not just drawing pictures of trees and horses, right? They're like, oh, she's the chosen one. Well, treat her like that.
Right.
Everybody in the atoll should have been treating this child like that. We'll sacrifice anything to protect this kid.
Oh, that would have made it super. She was almost like worshipped.
Right. Right.
Like, oh, she's the secret.
We got to get her there because she's going to take us to the end, and we'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah, and then, obviously then that motivates the audience, us watching it, we
have to protect her.
He has to save her. And
then, not just in the end he gets mad and when they steal her, he goes by himself to do it. Could have anyway, that's the fix.
She has to have a purpose.
Yes.
And Helen has to be useful,
right,
in this quest that they are now on.
Right.
Not just an hour of the film, just him abusing them,
right?
And
I think
they have no other point to the story.
I think it would have been more interesting. Just hear me out. Maybe if Helen, they always think that she's her sister or her mother.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, it's his mother, and she's like, she's not really my daughter. Blah blah blah. What if Helen was from the island also? She was from the island in the beginning, and she helped Enola get there.
Okay.
And she's her sister, right? From the very beginning, she's protected. And they think, this is your daughter. And she's like, it's But it turns out that she's actually the sister. So they're both from there.
I mean, it's really interesting, but why wouldn't she just then tell them how to get back to them?
She doesn't know. I think she doesn't know.
Oh, she was little or something?
She was younger,
She was younger?
She was younger. I mean, not super young, but like that. I mean, because just putting her in a basket and hoping the tides carry her. She put her with her sister and said, you've got to find people. And she would go out and she had some provisions and she got taken in for a little while and then there she is, right? I mean, I'm just saying that could have been an interesting plot point. It could have
been an interesting plot. I think really the main fix is having this, getting to dry land, not just getting Enola, not just protecting Enola, not just him, I don't know, randomly just surviving through the movie.
Right.
But actually having a mission
and to accomplish. Right.
That they have to get to. And he is actually for it. He's not just begrudgingly brought along.
Yeah.
And, let's just toss her overboard because she's going to drink too much water.
Right.
Yes, I will do this. He's heroic. He's a hero. He might be a loner and he might not be great with people.
Right.
But he, at his heart, is a hero.
And I think if you did give him somebody that he originally sailed with, and then she was lost, and maybe even he had a child too. Like they had a child and they were both lost. And so he sees his kid in this one and he wants to save her. He wants to keep her safe.
Yeah.
That could have been cool. All right, Act 3. The discovery of dry land feels kind of easy.
Oh.
You know what I mean? There was no real. It was like, oh, I'm going the wrong direction. He goes, oh, that way, and you're like, oh, okay. It's kind of easy because like the thing is, you didn't have to get through anything. You just sailed, and it is weird that like. I guess. I mean, maybe it could. Maybe no one ever did discover this place, but it does seem kind of weird that it's just a place on a map. It's not like hidden anywhere.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I mean,
you just found it.
There it is.
Yeah. So for a fix, I think again, like we said a little bit earlier, it does have to be harder to reach. It should have involved dangerous. Like you've got to go through tidal pools and things, right?
Right.
If that's going to be the thing, maybe they go through. Hurricane Alley, and there's things that they have to overcome instead of just floating to it and going, oh, there it is, right? Reaching dry land should feel like this earned victory, not a convenient ending, right?
Exactly.
So that's my take.
Yeah, having obstacles that weren't just the smokers over and over and over
again. Right.
Would have been way more interesting and intriguing.
Mariner's arc isn't ever realized because I feel like he stays the same the whole way through. He helps them, and then at the end he just gets on a boat and sails away, and oh, that darn mariner,
if they had implemented some of your fixes, and like he wasn't just trying to get to dry land for the two ladies, but the ultimate goal is to take all of these
the whole town, right?
Then he would go back once they found it. Wouldn't it make sense for him to go back and bring people to the island, to dry land?
So, like, if he does, like, I think that would have been cool that they get there, and he's brought the whole town, he's brought the whole people, and they're like ready to put a community together. And if he says, "My place isn't here," right? If he says, "My place isn't here," and they understand that, but they. As they're building their society, they're going to do that stuff. He's like, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to patrol the seas around here, make sure that nothing bad's coming in.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you make him that off the distant hero.
Yes.
That's always going to be watching after you.
Yes.
He's the hero that they deserve. Sorry. Anyway. Right.
He is.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to be heroic. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, why? Yeah. What would have been the harm in actually making him, at his heart, heroic?
Yeah. Right. Well, in the end, the theme of hope versus survival it doesn't really land.
No.
Because they never commit to it. Not really.
And honestly, I mean, the only people that find the island anyway are like
4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
And that's the thing,
3,
because
4 people.
It should have not just been a place they're trying to get to. It should have been a second chance for humanity.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
The mariner, he doesn't just help them find it. He helps them believe in survival and not just like looking to the next day's food or the next day's water supply. They're going to create a life here.
Right.
And that's what they were trying to create is the next part of their society. Not just, oh, we're hanging out and, oh, I hope everything works out okay.
Yeah, and how are, the two of us and this old guy going to, once we die, it's done anyway.
They're back to where they were at.
Then somebody else has to come find dry land.
Right, exactly. If they had put, if they'd brought some people along.
Brought the whole town, then yes, then there's chance for survival.
For humanity to move on.
A second chance,
exactly. And they did not do that, and it turned out to be womp.
Yeah, the whole film was womp.
Well, there we go. We did it. Waterworld is done. It's in its watery grave. And we will move on happily.
Never to be watched again.
Probably, yeah, for reals. Yeah, we'll probably watch it years in the future and be like, remember that one?
It's going to come on TV at one point. Well, I say that like shows just like anybody,
TV's going to exist.
Like anybody just sits and watches TV like network television. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to catch a glimpse of it at one point and be like, oh. There it is.
Well, Kevin, you've made a lot of money from it, and that's God bless you. But this is not one for the memory books. This is one to be fixed, and you're welcome. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that's it. That's all we got for you. Hope you enjoyed Waterworld's fixes And, do all the things, like, subscribe, share, and all the good stuff. And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.